Back in 2008, when I first visited Taiwan, it struck me that here was a small country with so many similarities to Belize. I saw a country that had the same issues that Belize had. Territorial issues, they with the People's Republic of China, we with Guatemala. A country that had geographic issues, typhoons and hurricanes. I saw Taipei somehow protected by the mountains because the storms would come from the Pacific side. And while we were not so protected because our mountains were in the back, but we had the second largest barrier reef that prevented the huge storm surges. I was told of a country that started in agriculture with bananas and citrus and sugar, primary products, and a country that had moved to where it was in a very short time to one of the world leaders in exports. And I tried to find out what was the difference. I saw a country with able hands, with aggressive people, and I saw a country that Belize could emulate. And so I asked what was the difference. And I remembered an old colleague of mine, now deceased, who had invested in a business right across from mine when I was in the private sector. And in a meeting with the first Taiwanese agriculture developing group here, he asked the leader of that group, why would Belize want to associate, or why would Taiwan want to associate with Belize when you are so developed and we are so far behind? And the answer from the delegate was partially diplomatic, but he said, well, we started out just like you, but we learned after a while that we had to have some international relationships, and we saw you, and we were amazed at how you were able to talk your way into the WTO, talk your way into the UN, talk your way into these world organizations, etc. And we figured we could learn that from you. But we have also learned how to do our way into production and development, and you could learn that from us. And that is the partnership that our two countries could forge. So we have now moved, I think, as you've heard from the panelists, past the primary products. We have moved to a stage now where we need to go into that second sphere of processing and development. We want to see our avocados into guacamole, our corn into mince and other products. We want to see our cashew nuts not in the shell but in cans being exported around the world. We want to see our local wines, blackberry and cashew wines and all the rest we spoke about last night at dinner, across the shelves in the developed countries, the same way our peppers are. We want to not export any more rice in its paddy and its shell, but we want to see that rice in various products that are manufactured from rice, including your famous rice wines, etc. Our sugar is now becoming direct consumption sugar. In other words, our products must no longer go from raw here to some place to be processed to meet the shelves, but must go from here to the shelves of the consumer. That's where we want to go. And that is the opportunity open to all of you. And of course, the only Taiwanese word I know I will promote, and that is kampai for our rum. Because, as Professor said, we do have a great rum. The exotics you mentioned, dragon fruit, star fruit, are all possibilities. Not produced at the moment because there's not a market at the moment. But exciting to hear there's one in Canada and other places. We're ready to go. Over the next few days, you will be exposed to several production facilities across the country, from the north to the south, from the east to the west. The idea, gentlemen and ladies, is to excite your interests, to establish relationships of mutual benefit to you, that is Taiwan and Belize. We believe that the only way to continue to develop our countries is through trade. We are extremely grateful for the aid Taiwan has given us so far, but now it is time to seriously trade. Hence the importance of the trading agreement between Taiwan and Belize that we are embarking on. However, that is at the government level. But truthfully, it's the private sector that trades. This is then between you and your Belizean partner. There are 3 potential areas of cooperation available to you and ourselves to enhance this trade. The first is making connections with domestic producers to initiate direct trade in the products that they produce. As you go around, you will see a lot of the products that you may want to directly engage with from the marketing side. But there's also the possibility of establishing partnership agreements through equity and other arrangements to expand and enhance the domestic business and satisfy the demands of your market. That opportunity also exists. And third is the creation of completely new businesses in areas of products which are currently not produced. I heard mangosteen and all those. That possibility exists. The overall of this, however, is to create added value for the enterprise you engage in, with which in turn enhances your business. Gentlemen, lady, Belize is open for business, and our investment policies are clear and promotes investments in a secure, a safe, and a certain environment. Certainty is always important. You've heard presentations. However, over the course of the week, you will be exposed to the practical, tangible aspects of Belize's agricultural development. And I am confident your interest will be piqued beyond your expectations. Thank you for visiting and expressing an interest in doing business in and with Belize. May you have a fruitful visit, a wonderful stay, and above all, may you make some successful and fruitful business connections. We are open for business, and we look forward to doing business with you. Thank you very much. God bless.